SVG's Jason Dackman here with another new sponsor spotlight. We're super excited to have Caretta Research as part of SVG. If you're looking to kind of understand where the bigger picture is right now, where the market is headed when it comes to rights, when it comes to DTC trends, stuff like that, there's not a better resource around really than Caretta, and we're really excited to have Evangelos here from Caretta. Evangelos, thanks so much for taking the time and welcome aboard at SVG.
Hi, Jason. Thank you for having me. I'm Evangelos. I'm a research analyst here at Caretta Research, specializing in sports rights and technology market.
Excellent. Cool. So I gave a very, very basic boilerplate, but anybody that's not familiar with Caretta Research, what is it exactly that you guys provide and why would maybe the SVG community be interested in that?
Yeah, sure. So here at Caretta Research, we help specialist technology vendors and companies with their decision making when it comes to market sizing, competitive intelligence, and positioning, data analysis, and tech procurement. We cover multiple industries, including media, advertising, and sports. And our aim is to support our customers with up-to-date data and tailored research that helps them understand the market and make smarter tech decisions based on focused insights.
Sure. Okay, great. So let's talk about the rights market right now. It's certainly an interesting time here in the States. Everybody is talking seemingly about nothing besides the NFL, but there's certainly so much happening right now. In your view, and based on the data that you guys collect, what's going on in the rights market right now? And are we seeing a trend up or more of a deceleration?
Yeah, what we see right now in the rights market is financial deceleration. This deceleration is driven by a widening revenue gap, where aggregate broadcast and streaming revenue growth isn't keeping pace with the always rising cost of sports rights. We can see that most clearly in the projected growth rates of sports media market, which are set to plummet from a healthy 5.4 compound annual growth rate over the last 2 years to a meager 2.2 through 2030. And while we see the market hitting an all-time high around $60 billion, and by the way, we forecast it will reach $70 billion by the end of the decade. This can be kind of deceptive because, for example, big four USA leagues have already locked in long-term contracts. So this is effectively freezing major growth until the early to mid 2030s. And at the same time, we are facing a period of domestic saturation in major markets like Premier League and Serie A. So all this means that any future spikes we see in the market, like those surrounding World Cup this year or the Olympic Games in next years, are becoming more like an outliers that mask a much leaner and more strained economic reality for the market.
Sure. Okay. So as a result of all this, certainly the majority of the revenue from rights deals over the years has come from linear broadcast, right? That's been sort of the golden goose, no question about it. But you absolutely have to have a DTC proposition or at least some sort of secondary streaming proposition right now. How are you seeing the need for DTC services evolve for these rights holders and for the leagues?
Yeah, we in Caretta we see this D2C platforms as a must-have feature for any organization right now, because it can be used as a safety net if a broadcaster or a streamer exits the deal, which is becoming more and more often right now. But it's also an option for markets when traditional deals, media deals, are more difficult to achieve. Lastly, and I think it's the most crucial, it's an opportunity for leagues to gather precious first-party data on their fans to drive targeted advertising and brand strategy. And all this we see that's happening more lately. So organizations like Premier League, UEFA, or Serie A, or German Football Association all getting ready to experiment with their own consumer platforms for from the next season.
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, so DTC is one way to sort of, think differently about how you can succeed in the future. But with what you had talked about, the potential plummeting rights values in the future, that this isn't necessarily going to be the most reliable revenue stream going into the 2030s. How do teams diversify? How do teams make sure to cover themselves and make sure they're not quite as reliant on that broadcast rights revenue stream and make sure that there's other revenue streams coming in?
Yeah, so for the teams, in my opinion, the most important teams and organization, most important part for their survival in long term and to thrive also, it's diversification of the revenue timing. With revenue timing, we mean match day revenue, commercial revenue, and also media rights revenue. So they firstly must find new ways and new rights to sell, but at the same time, they need to boost their commercial and monthly income to reach a healthy balance. And they should, sports companies need to build an ecosystem that exists outside the live duration of the events to keep fans engaged digitally and in the stadium. More than 90 minutes that a soccer game lasts or an NBA game lasts. And for me and for everyone in Caretta Research, the only safe way to plan this strategy is through accurate data and clean and accurate data.
Sure. Right. So, I mean, we're certainly going to see the market change dramatically over the coming years. I'm curious if you have any, big predictions for what we can expect over, say, the next 12 to 18 months. What are some things that we can, potentially look forward to, or more importantly, look out for in the media rights landscape and just the overall sports production landscape?
So, what I think it will happen is that AI will be more in the production with automate highlights and clips
Sure.
to 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 make younger audience which don't want to sit and watch all the live games, and they are mostly attracted by short clips to bring them back to the sports and to grow the audience.
Sure.
Uh, Also in production, I think we're heading into production. Yeah, more and more.
For sure. AI for highlights certainly is something that we're already seeing, and I think you're right. It's exponentially going to grow in the coming months and years, and cloud-based, no question about it. Also going to be a big trend. Well, Evangelos, thank you so much. Really appreciate the time. We could not be excited to have Caretta as part of SVG, and we can't wait to see some of the insights and research that you guys have coming up on SVG. Thanks for taking the time.
Very much. It was a pleasure.
So for more on Caretta, if you'd like to learn more, it's CarettaResearch.com, CarettaResearch.com, and certainly stay tuned to sportsvideo.org and SVG Play for more of the insights coming out of Caretta.